Hello and welcome to the Out of Bounds Sports Podcast. We're back again with another Laker pregame show. The Lakers take on the Clippers tonight. Right now, we're waiting on Coach Vogel to address the media. I'm going to go ahead and add them to the stream, and then we'll take a quick pregame breakdown of this game. Should be exciting when LeBron is out tonight, as well as the next game. But I still expect for this game to be pretty good. So let's just try to see if we can add them to the stream. They should be already getting ready to go.
Hello, Allie. Zoom in, right?
All right. There's Coach Vogel.
I can't hear anybody. Anybody hear me?
I can hear you. We just will. Frank is pretty far down on the screen. I don't know if you can move it up or down, but if not, we'll just go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Quick moment. Let me get this recording. Okay, we are going to start off with Mike Trudell.
Hey, Frank, did you have an update on THT's availability for tonight?
Yeah, he's going to be out tonight and out tomorrow. He has a grade 1 calf strain, and he'll be out these 2 games, and we'll see how he's feeling in 2 days.
So, Frank, that's Shooter, THT, and LeBron. Obviously, it leaves you Caruso, but how can you try to find ways to initiate offense and to get certain actions going without 3 of your probably 4 top playmakers?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest challenges as a coach is when you have multiple injuries to the quarterback position or the point guard position. We'll be depleted, but we just have to have the mindset of anybody can initiate. We have some sets and some flow concepts where anybody can bring it up the floor and get us into some general action. But it definitely causes some problems. And we don't want to ask too much of Alex, but we'll play through our center some. AD can handle, and all of our wings can handle as well.
And Frank, Ty Lue was just talking about certain actions and double teaming AD, trying to get the ball out of his hands. Of course, you've seen that. I just wondered, what is the key for him when doubles come, and what are the key for some of his teammates, especially with the lack of other playmakers?
Yeah, the spacing and the reads. That's the biggest thing is and the timing of it all. As the double team comes, we're pretty versed. Spent a lot of time on it yesterday. Pretty versed on when the double team comes from this spot. This is what we do when it comes from a different spot. Do different things, and we'll try to stretch out the defense the best we can. Create easy reads for AD, and hopefully punish the double team.
Okay, first question we're going to go to Kyle Goon, please.
Has there been a determination if LeBron will play tomorrow?
He will not play tomorrow.
Okay. And as an unrelated follow-up, I was wondering about the status of Jared Dudley. Is there any expectation that he'll play again this season?
Possibly. He's making progress. I don't know what his exact timeline is, but he is back on the court doing some work. And like I said, I'm not sure what the exact timeline is, but it hasn't been ruled out that he can play again this year.
Okay, Dan Wilkie, please.
Frank, kind of two-part question related to sort of THT being out. Obviously, you guys have some other versatile players, but who would be sort of next in line as emergency point guard if behind Caruso, almost in that sense?
Great question, and we've talked about that all day.
Is it Jason Kidd? Is the answer Jason Kidd, maybe?
Yeah. They'll throw a uniform on Jay Kidd. Honestly, it's everybody can handle it. We have a system in place where literally anybody on the floor, our centers can bring it up and get us in certain actions. We know what we're in. If they bring it up, the wings know what we can get in if they're going to bring it up. So again, it's just going to be done by committee, and we have a plan of what that should look like.
Is Mark a possibility? I mean, obviously is a really good playmaker.
Yeah, I mean, he's best at the top of the key with a live dribble more than bringing it up off the bounce. But all of our centers, can play that way. All three of them.
Okay, Dave McMenamin.
Frank, first of all, I volunteer if you need it, just so you know. Keep that in your back pocket.
Can we sign Dave? Is that an option for us? That sounds like
Please, Frank. But the real question is, the Clippers have been, you guys share the same building in the same city. The league has put you guys on so many marquee matchups ever since you came to the Lakers. How do you view them as a team in terms of that's been on your radar over the last couple seasons?
Yeah, I mean, they're just another one of the great teams in the Western Conference. Just like Utah and Phoenix this year and Denver. They're just another team that's a great team in the Western Conference that we have to compete against. The fact that we're in the same city, I think it's fun for the fans. But in terms of us and what we're trying to get accomplished, they're just a team that we respect.
Okay, Jovan, please.
Hey, Frank. Bigger picture question here. You haven't had a chance yet to see all 13 rotation guys healthy at the same time, but looking towards the playoffs, do you feel like you have an idea of the 8 or 9 guys you'd want to play in an opening series, or are you still evaluating and trying to figure that out?
Well, we're still evaluating some, but I've got a good idea of what guys we're going to use, and honestly, depending on the matchup, 3 of those players can change on a series basis, similar to what we did last year. So, our mindset right now is to win as many games as possible, but get everybody enough opportunity to stay in shape and rhythm, in flow, so that when the numbers call during the playoffs, they're ready to go.
Hey, Dan Wyke, please.
I'm sorry. Nothing. Are you sure you want to sign Dave? I think that's a bad idea.
I would definitely do it. I'll call Rob, see if we can still get that done.
Okay, Lawrence Murray.
How you doing, Frank? Sorry if you have already gotten this question before. I'm kind of new here. But when it comes to Paul George, 10 years ago, he was a rookie for you. And you went from an assistant coach to the full-time head coach with the Pacers at that time. And just wanted to see if you can go back and, what was his development like over the course of that first year, that y'all had together, and how you compare it to how his game is developed today?
Well, obviously early on in his career, he was earning minutes on the defensive end. He came into this league, with elite defensive talent. Obviously having to learn his way, veteran tricks and whatnot and schemes. But he had the talent to be successful on the floor on that side of the ball right away as a rookie. It was sort of the fifth option offensively, but within being a fifth option, showed he had a lot to his offensive game as well. We just weren't playing through him that often that early, and I think he continued to grow in all the ways that we use him in Indiana, in the post, off pin downs and pick and rolls. As a screener, pick and pop situations, handling on the break, all those types of things. And I think one of the things that you have to realize about Paul is when he broke his leg, for really about a year's worth of time, all he could do was shoot the basketball. And while he was a good shooter for us in Indiana, he became a great shooter during that time. And obviously it took him some time after the injury to really regain his explosiveness. But I think that stretch where he really improved his shooting has really just taken him to another level offensively.
Thank you.
And last question, Cameron Buford, please.
Hey, good evening, Frank. We've heard LeBron's thoughts on the play-in tournament. What are your thoughts on the play-in tournament?
Play-in tournament's out of my control. If we're in it, we'll compete, and we'll win those games so that we can try to advance. Whether we should have one or not, really not up to me. So I don't spend too much thought on whether it's good or not.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, everyone.
All right. So that's was Coach Vogel, and we're ready for the Clippers game. Right now, the Mavericks are playing, so we're waiting for that game to wrap up. So today we're gonna do a little different show. I do have a guest that's waiting to be on the show, first time guest. We're gonna get his thoughts on the Lakers and the Clipper game. But while we wait, we are going to break down this Laker-Clipper matchup. Now, this is a marquee matchup. It's been a marquee matchup ever since Frank Vogel took the job. I don't know how this rival came to be, but it's one of the biggest rivals in the NBA right now. And it's a real possibility that this team could meet in the playoffs. With the records the way they are, it's a real possibility that could happen. Now, to win this game, just going back to the last, game that they played was a complete wipeout by the Clippers against the Lakers. It was 104-86 game. And that game was, a little bit of a gut punch, for Laker fans then. Just going back to that game, it was, pretty bad. This is going to be, I think, Rondo's first game against his team, his former team, as a Clipper, and it's going to be very interesting. I'm very excited to be able to see this game. Now, the last game, Kawhi chipped in with 19 points, 10 rebounds. He had 8 assists. Paul George chipped in as well with 16 points. They set the tone defensively. They was very physical, with, putting bodies on, the Lakers bigs and just outdone them. With Anthony Davis and LeBron, now they have, with the addition of Drummond, they have the firepower if they meet in playoffs to be able to contend and match up with anybody, particularly with the Clippers. I feel like the Lakers are going to, be the team that's going to be, the one to be reckoned with in the postseason. A lot of teams are really, thinking that the Lakers are, dead in the water. They're not going to be able to compete. And, just because of the way the season's going. It's the regular season. Once the postseason does start, that, the regular season doesn't matter anymore. But I had a guess, but I'm not sure if he's coming on or not. But what we're going to do, we're going to come back on post game, just because the pre-games are really short. And we'll see y'all then. Peace.
Welcome to the Out of Bounds Sports Podcast.